And you're watching The World Report on NewsX World. Let's take a look at some of the top headlines of the hour. The leaders of Thailand and Cambodia have signed an enhanced ceasefire deal in Kuala Lumpur in the presence of US President Donald Trump, formally ending their deadly border conflict. The agreement builds on a July truce brokered after Trump urged both sides to halt fighting or risk losing trade talks with Washington. The second day of trade talks in Kuala Lumpur is paving the way for a productive meeting between Presidents Donald Trump and Xi Jinping, says Washington. US and Chinese officials hold their fifth round of negotiations since May as both sides work to ease trade tensions. Donald Trump says he will increase tariffs on Canada by an additional 10%, announcing the move on Truth Social after blasting an Ontario ad aired during the World Series. He ends trade talks with Ottawa as the ad quotes Ronald Reagan, warning that tariffs trigger trade wars and economic damage. Argentines head to the polls in a legislative election that will decide the fate of President Javier Milei's free market reforms and tough austerity program. His party, La Libertad Avanza, seeks to expand its minority in Congress and retain US President Donald Trump's support after a recent financial bailout. 4 children are among 14 people injured after Russia launched another overnight air attack on Kyiv, Ukrainian officials have said. 2 high-rise buildings were damaged as air raid sirens sounded for more than an hour before being lifted, marking another night of strikes in Russia's ongoing war on Ukraine. Now, Asia's youngest nation, East Timor, officially becomes the 11th member of ASEAN after a 14-year wait, marking what its Prime Minister calls a dream realised. The former Portuguese colony of 1.4 million people hopes membership will boost trade and investment as it integrates into the region's $3.8 trillion economy. North Korea's Foreign Minister Cho Son-hui will visit Russia and Belarus at the invitation of their foreign ministries, state media KCNA reports. The trip signals Pyongyang's deepening ties with Moscow and Minsk amid its growing isolation from the West. Israeli forces carry out a targeted strike in central Gaza against a man it says was planning an attack on troops. The military claims the target was a member of Islamic Jihad, as both sides accuse each other of violating the US-backed ceasefire still in effect. Now let's cut across to Malaysia, where US President Donald Trump is speaking following the signing